So I'm going to talk about data management as it relates to precision ag. First, I'd like to define data management, and that's farming information that is captured, organized, and archived. And this is critical field data for what we consider modern farm and planning, decision making, and cropping system strategies during a growing season and in across growing seasons. And also, when it comes to data, um, so the successful and profitable farming businesses not only consider land, buildings, equipment, and livestock, as well as crops, as assets, but also farm data. So I'm going to describe data management using this graphic. It's pretty common across disciplines, but it's a way to visualize your data management and how you go about doing it. So data is nothing more than farm records, which farm operations have managed for many years. And management is simply the act of record keeping. And the example to the right shows just a graphic of the monitor, and it's going to ask you what record keeping you'd like to do. Data mobility is important on the farm. The arrows indicate how data moves across the farm, and that can be done using USB cards or USB or SD cards. Other methods are telematics and Bluetooth methods of wireless transfer, as you see in some of these examples. Data organization is also important. First of all, you should know your display and know it very well so you can use it efficiently. You should take time to organize each field operation. So every time you pull into a field, your monitor may ask you, how do you want to organize your data, which is important later on. And then also when you organize, part of that is how you back that up. And we always want a backup of our data as we collect it. Next, data tools. Some data tools, it's an important part of the data collection piece. And these are factory or third-party sensors that can be used in the data collection. And on the left, your monitor may ask you how you want those sensors set up on your toolbar or your planter or what have you. Also, we have mobile devices and apps, and these are important in several of our data management aspects in the collection, in how we make farm planning and decision making, and then how we archive that data. And here are some examples of how we do that. On the left, there's weather apps and apps to calibrate a sprayer, for example. And on the right, we have how we archive data, which can be through a box site or Google Drive. And then other tools we have are prediction algorithms, and these help us in our decision making and farm planning piece of data management. And these help us make decisions and in our planning for future operations. Finally, I'm going to talk about farm management information systems. And this is basically your software platform you use. And these systems touch almost every aspect of data management. So if you have a desktop software platform, some pros and cons for using these platforms are you customize your reports or have greater analytical capabilities. You can archive data easier or in a manner which suits you, and then you have some good privacy controls. Some cons are there's periodic updates to that platform, and mobility is reduced if you want to use it across different computers, and then there's training that needs to be done on a continual basis. Cloud server platforms are a little different. They're easier to use, they're more mobile, there's more data sharing, and there's an offering of tools that come out quite often. Some of the cons for those, it's continually changing, so you need to keep up with those changes. You may have hardware compatibility issues with your farm systems in the cab or in your office, and then data archiving can be an issue as well. So some key takeaways we have are you need to take time to manage your farm data just like it's any other asset on your farm. Data mobility is how data moves across the farm, and if it cannot move, then we can't utilize it in our data management tree. When data is not well organized, then it's difficult to use effectively, so that's an important aspect as well. And then I would say that data tools such as apps and your software platform affects nearly all aspects of your data management, so those may be your keys into doing better data management on the farm. So I will pose a question to the audience, and that would be, would you manage your own data or utilize a trusted advisor? And you can answer that through the Slido app.